Okay, so let's start with the Daily Guide. Lee's story: protect free chairs with your vote. So says the Minister of Education, and the former President Kuffour is urging the Bagbin resolve current impasse. He tells Bagbin, and also Dr. Bawumia says that Mohammed's economic record is bad. New Nana Commission's flour port interchange on November 19, 2024. And also it's a lead story that says that NDC election ploy exposed. And let me read the story about former President John Ajokum Kuffour as Speaker of Parliament Alban Sumanakins for Bagbin to demonstrate leadership and resolve the current impasse in the 8th Parliament to ensure a smooth exit. His call comes amid the standoff resolving around the side's hold on the majority side. I mean, basically looking at the current development in Parliament, and he's urging the current Speaker to demonstrate leadership in resolving this particular issue.
And there's, I mean, you may even disagree with him, but there's decency in the speech of John Kuffour.
Yeah.
I listened to the tape once again this morning. He's not one of those people saying, "Oh, you are a terrible person and you should." No. Yeah. He's one of those people saying you are the worst speaker. No. He's saying that leadership has its own difficulties. You need to actually make sure that this is done because you've had a wonderful public service record. And that's how you appeal to people. And I agree with him that no matter what's happening, I'm also expecting Speaker Bagbin to help resolve this. I mean, yes, you've made your point. The day before Parliament resumed, that brief moment, you made your point. The expectation is that Speaker Bagbin would take the House from its current stalemate of a sort and proceed with it. Again, truthfully, Speaker Bagbin cannot force MPs back into the House. He can only steer them in the right direction. I think if the only problem that the Afenyo Market and his MPP people are complaining about is that their seats are occupied when they come in, I pray that the Speaker will say, "Listen, you are in minority. Go and sit there." This would end the conversation. That is if it's the biggest problem. I do not have a difficulty with Speaker saying that for the sake of this country, I am intervening and getting the right thing done. It has very little to do whether this morning's engagement at the Supreme Court will go left or right, or it will be fruitful, or whichever way. And I'm expecting every other group to be mindful of how they are playing to the escalation of this by the day. You are not resolving it. You are just adding more fuel to the problem by your needless commentary and all the other things surrounding that. So I hope. Because if Speaker says, "Now listen, go and sit there," they say that their only problem is that you are sitting in their seat. I know you also say you are a majority, but I'm communicating to you now. Go and sit there. It ends the conversation. I know that he have raised issues of quorum. I know that they have raised issues of all of that, and I've seen this Parliament resolve matters. I'm saying, in first year political science, what is taught is consensus building, cooperation. They are the core of our politics. Without that, we will not go anywhere. If we want to be legalistic and pretending that, "Oh yeah, I'm right, you are right," the Parliament was supposed to go on their leave before election. Is it 15th or so? If we play with that, they will still proceed with that and may never come back until next year.
May I ask though, is this the clearest indication that there is no government business?
No, there is a lot of the list.
No, then honestly, some people really have to be made to account for this lack of a sense of responsibility.
True.
Is it really true that where you sit is far more important than, say, the budget being read?
And again, if you have the numbers, you'll be more than those NDC people.
So it won't matter where you
sit.
Even
if you want to push them to go and sit at the back, you can actually, through your motions,
can
do that.
Motion. So, hey.
So please, we should have this conversation in a way. And again, Kojo, we've made this point before. I am saying that for the sake of the country, it's become like toddlers who do not know what to do. So we have to tell them what to do, and they become like that's what Andy Apia Kubi told me. He said he's embarrassed that they are behaving like kids. We are in my seat. I'm in your seat.
Look at that.
And he drives from Asante Achim North to come to parliament. They say, oh, we can't sit because they are in our seat. And say, I mean, seriously, do you know how much it takes for me to come and the risk involved? I agree that we should help parliament. And again, I know that some of the leadership have already reached out to Austin government to help resolve their problem. It's been a long time. I think that today is Monday. They should find a way of resolving it.
Look.
They make all of us look bad.
Leadership needs to put their hand up and accept that.
Yeah.
In fact, they've been childish. And it's on both sides. Let's be fair. I mean, the minority also, have decided to do buga with this thing and just go and sit in the chair that they want to sit in, and they think that makes them majority. The chair you sit in makes you majority. Then they'll get up and be marching, doing march past, as if they've actually won something. I mean, you've not won anything. The matter is to be resolved in the Supreme Court. You haven't won anything. And then the majority we have urgent business. You write letters, memos and all kinds of things. And then when they open parliament, you say, because we can't sit in our favorite chairs. And look,
and
let's
it's not
be clear.
Your favorite chairs, because this is happening at AICC.
Precisely.
It's not the parliament that you by anyway.
You see,
Look, Cassiel Atuforsen and Alexander Afenyo-Markin, please, do you not feel embarrassed? Don't you feel embarrassed? This is the agenda you want the nation to follow you on. This is leadership. Let's move on.
Let's see how we can
related
build
to this matter before you move on. Is that standoff in parliament? Experts call for dialogue reforms. That's how the Daily Graphic actually captures that. It has Professor Bafo Ajimanduya, and it has Dr. Malia Abubakar. For the record, she's a senior lecturer at the Department of Political Science of the University of Education, Winneba. Long time ago, during our GRASAC days, Malia and I were members of the Judicial Committee of GRASAC. They are saying that dialogue and reforms are the way forward. And there's also Dr. Samuel Kofi-Dakwa, Governance Fellow at the Institute of Economic Affairs, also adding on to this particular one.
To quote a famous Santa Clausian, Anye years no hajim. Dem Subani was a conquer.
Is it how do you even get to know that?
Let's see how we can protect our institutions, and it's very, very important, no matter the disagreements that we are having.
Imagine we have to protect our institutions from its leaders.
Another story that will be of interest, Kojo, is the chiefs in the Western region have debunked media report that President Kuffour has honored himself with a statue. Our attention has been drawn to recent widespread media reports concerning the unveiling of a statue of President Kuffour at the Efia Kwanta roundabout. We wish to clarify and provide context to the event. The development is an initiative to celebrate the president. According to the chiefs, they rather unveiled the statue in recognition of President Akufo-Addo's contribution towards development.
Who unveiled the statue?
Well, I say we wish to clarify and provide context that according to the chiefs, they rather unveiled.
But it wasn't the chiefs that unveiled the statue.
Well, okay, so
it was the president himself.
Were they not there too?
So that's a story by Emmanuel Opoku.
It was the president who unveiled his own statue.
From that's the Daily Guide story. So
why?
That's what the chiefs are saying.
No, please.
That's what they are saying.
I understand, but why is there a need for chiefs to even come and
Victor,
is the president not willing to admit that he unveiled his own statue?
Victor Achu Tamako.
Is there a need for others?
They claim that
they did it instead
to honor him, so maybe then he should come and
Victor Achu Tamako told me if I did not care about it, generally I would think that leaders should not be happy, nothing. But I didn't care about it. But Victor Achu Tamako was explaining to me the circumstance surrounding this, that hospital undone, the promised renovation and all the things that we said we'll do,
not done.
We have not done. The road to that place,
terrible.
And you then ask yourself, what is the president being celebrated for with this statue? And again, so when I heard it, I felt very sad about it. A bit like, what's the point? I also felt that if the executive lead, and they are, mostly, if you are not in power, then you hear the true reflection of the people's views about you. So I would prefer that out of power, other people will build these statues and monuments in the name of the president and say, Akufo-Addo, during your tenure, you did exceedingly well in this and that area.
Anyway, I think we should also ask ourselves, why is the statue being guarded?
It's
Why is
guarded.
there security around the statue?
All right, well,